What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love, much love. Salute to everybody in the building. If you are here and you can hear me clearly, please put a number 1 in the chat before we get into today's show. Please put a number 1 in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me clearly, family, before we get into this show. Shout out to everyone in the building, by the way. Okay. Shout out to everybody. And of course, welcome back to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross. Of course, I appreciate all the love and the support. There we go. You know, the camera got to catch itself. But shout out to everyone in the building. Salute to everyone in the building right now. Shout out. Welcome back to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross, of course. I appreciate y'all. Salute to y'all. Let's see who's in the building. Let's see who's in the building. And of course, my camera gotta adjust. But shout out to the underrated darkness in the building. Salute my brother. Salute. Shout out to Bob. What's good, Bob? Shout out to Miss Angie. Shout out to you, Miss Angie. Always coming through and holding down the Chizat. Shout out to Miss Angie in the building. Shout out to my brother, Mr. Sutton. Salute, my brother. Salute. Seth's son on the check-in. Yes, sir. We're going to get into it today. Yes, sir. Astral Atmosphere on the check-in. Salute. What's good, D's? Shout out to my man D's in the building. Alonzo Hall. Salute, my brother. Salute. I appreciate your support as always. What's good, Boot Camp? Shout out to M. Mills. Good to see you, M. Mills. Good afternoon to you. Hey, Miss Camille. Good to see you, sweetheart. See who else is up in the building. MR in the building. What's good, MR? Shout out to you. John Bush on the check-in. Salute. Jeffrey Bearfield on the check-in. Salute. Yeah, we're going to get into it today. Man. We got to talk about this. We're going to get into it. We are going to get into it. So y'all give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Okay. We back. Shout out to y'all. Welcome back to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross, of course. I appreciate all the love and the support. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to my man. Let me put the tip in the building. Y'all see today's show. Most black men come from a household, not a household. See, we really have to pay attention to language. We got to pay attention to detail, brothers. What's good, Splash? We got to pay attention to details. Because, see, they always said you need to come from a household. You know, good people come from good households. Hey, Eve. Good to see you, sweetheart. Shout out to you. I appreciate your support. Much love. Shout out to the Nile in the building. Right? And I'm gonna go ahead and give you a wrench, Eve. So you don't have no problems around here. Go ahead and give you a wrench. Shout out to you, Eve. Right? And a lot of times, you know, we get caught up in the language of things without understanding what's actually being said. And it's easy for that to happen with us because, you know, we pretty much lost the knowledge of ourselves. So it's easy to tell a person who they are, who they should be, if they never knew who they were or who they supposed to be by creating themselves. But you'll never know who you're supposed to be if you never know what you come from and who you come from. So it's easy to say, oh, well, black people don't come from good households. But let's break down the word, a household. Not a household. See, now y'all understand how they play on words. See, y'all thought they meant a whole house, meaning a family atmosphere, meaning a functional family environment for you to grow up in. That's what y'all thought household denoted, but it doesn't. See, a household is exactly what we've been going through for all these years. There's been a hold on the house. The house of people. Because you know the people is what make up the house. Because you can live in a goddamn barn and make it a home. Because the people that's in there. So a house is not determined by the square foot. None of that stuff. When we're talking about a household. So I'm going to ask the question. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it up as a poll. Do we come from households or households? Do we come from households or households? Which one? A household or a household? I answer the poll. Anuel Ray, salute. Y'all answer the poll. Do we come from a household or a household? See, because as black people who grew up in the ghetto and in poverty, we thought that that word household denoted something progressive. We thought it denoted something healthy, positive, something that we should aspire to actually go out and do and actually go out and acquire. A household. A household. And we got that from people who we thought was better than us, who we thought because they had more money that they were better people, that they were living better. But all you got to do is look at a Paris Hilton. Look at a lot of these trust fund children who grew up in so-called good households. Look at their behavior. Look at their lifestyles. That doesn't denote a person who comes from something whole. That's the lifestyle of someone who comes from something that has had a hold on them. Yeah. That's why them trust fund kids sniff coke. They get high as hell. They always on drugs. They always drunk. They hypersexual. They're violent because they come from households. They come from households. You know the shit that us black people aspire to have. A household. See, what we got to start doing is we have to love ourselves enough so we can live for ourselves. We too busy trying to live for everybody else. We too busy trying to prove that we can live like everyone else. But they live in households. Why you think the money never stopped teenage pregnancy in these other communities? But they made black teenage pregnancy a problem. See how they spin all of this shit? They tried to make it look like young black girls having children at 15 was a problem. But they don't talk about, little Madison, right? That's out in the Hamptons that had sex with her whole neighborhood. They don't talk about that. Because she live in a $250,000 home. And her daddy's a dentist. You see that? So you can't talk about the shit she came from, because she came from a household. See how niggas think? You see the nigga mentality? Oh, she'll never do that. She came from a proper household. How could you establish that? Based on the price of her house? Based on a car that her parents drive? So that's why you think she came from something healthy? Because they had double door refrigerators and they had a back porch and a backyard and a basement and they had a pool in the backyard. So you think she came from a household when that's exactly where she came from. That's exactly where Pearlie, Miss Pearlie, yeah. That's where she came from, a household. That's why she want to run the black people and get acceptance by black folks. Because she came from a household. That household that taught her to not like black people. The household where racism is taught. That's taught in the household. Not in a household, but in a household. That's where they teach them little boys at and them little girls that hate you in that household that you think is so healthy. Because she's a stay-at-home mom. She's a soccer mom. And that's what you want to be. You want to be a soccer mom. Because she come from a good household. Right? We're going to talk about this today. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this. You come from a household. Yeah, that's where they come from. Households. Because that's where we come from. Right, black men? That's where we come from. A house that's on hold. Everybody in the house is confined. You see? That's why everybody in the house is not together. There's not a household in the black community. There's no more households. There's only holds on the house, liens on the house. Because people in the house is leaning more on money and not leaning on each other. You see that? See, this how you create a household when it's ran off percentages. See, I was just talking about this on my Facebook. See, a house that's ran off percentages is not a household. You see? Because what happens when somebody don't have a part? Now it's turmoil because this house is not whole. It's a hold. It's a bill. That's all it is. That's all you see each other as. See that? You see that? This is why Luther Vandross said a house is not a home. This is why he said this. That song didn't have nothing to do with no money and who was paying half and who paid the most and who paid for this and that. That's not what make a goddamn home. What makes a home is when you could come home to someone who loves you, who cares about you. That's what make it a home. That's what make it a house whole. That's what makes a house whole. When the character of the people is healthy, it's progressive. Not when everybody's just looking at everybody for their part. That's a household. That's a household. It's not a household. That's not everybody working in unison. You see? That's not what that is. And this is why marriages don't work today, because it's ran off percentages. See? So what you telling me is you already not whole. See, this is what we got to understand, fellas. When you start getting with these women that play that percentage game, you got to understand you're not even dealing with a whole woman. You're not dealing with a whole woman. She 50% because she needs your other 50 to be whole, nigga. She needs your half to be whole. She need what you do to say, I'm a grown-ass woman and I do what I need to do. She needs your half. She ain't even a whole woman. She ain't even whole. You see that? You got to pay attention, fellas. Your house will never be whole because she ain't whole. You're not whole. See that? This ain't no 50-50 thing. This is supposed to be 100-100. There is no 50-50. There's you put your best foot forward and I do the same. There is no 50-50. You know why? Because the purpose of us doing this is bigger than just paying the bills. We're not together because we need bills paid. You see this? But the majority of relationships that's created today is built on a needy basis. I need help with my phone bill. I need help with this bill. So, nigga, don't talk to me if you can't help me. You see that? Then you put a kid in a woman like that and wonder why you receive so much turmoil, fellas. Because you're dealing with a woman who still ain't got her internal right. You can't be out here having children with women who ain't got their minds and their hearts right. Because she gonna make you pay for it. You see? This is how you create households. This is why most of the children want to stay in the house. Because they could stay in there and be dysfunctional as they fucking please. Because the people in there that's allowing them to be dysfunctional are just as dysfunctional. You see? King Sipe in the building. Salute. Intellectual novice. Salute, my brother. He says most of those girls you reference are the most 304-ish chicks ever. I remember running through them in high school. Shout out to my brother, the intellectual novice. He said, can't make a family with a woman who thinks a family is based off data analytic practices. Exactly. A goddamn algorithm. And stats and shit like that. King Sipe says, that's why Mexicans and other nationalities come in our area and take everything over. We so much in comparison with each other, even family. We look at each other, we look at we look at helping each other or building together as a crime. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because it goes back to the point that I've been making since I started the show. We think as Black people that we should be aspiring to build households instead of a whole house, instead of a household. You see, this is why I put it the way I put it in the title, so you guys can really grasp what I'm trying to say here. That video that I put up of Jack need help, man. That dude need help. See, what we seeing around here now from a lot of these dudes is we're seeing just how they come from a household and the effects of it. See, because they're only trauma in a household. This is where the trauma is, in a household. See, a house that's whole is people who are working on healing and who have healed to move on, to be better. That's a house whole. That's a house that's whole. We hold each other accountable. We're responsible for ourselves and for each other. We honor one another. We love one. See, that's a household. But the household is where the trauma is where the family turmoil is. That's in the household. And that's where a lot of us Black men, we come from. See? But I know a lot of us never looked at it like that. You see? What's good, Ebo? Ebo Sosa says, transactional marriages do not work. People today focus on financial and social matches instead of vibrational matching. I agree. Shout out to Ebo Sosa. I agree. But that is because of the concept of what we think having a household is. So this is why we look at everything based on analytics and we judge everything based off analytics, because it's a household. It's a household. Baby, we got to do everything so we don't get a lien on this house. A hold. We got to do everything so we make sure our bank accounts is all a hold. Look, just pay attention. It's always a hold. A hold, not a whole. Y'all don't make decisions as a whole. Y'all don't make financial decisions as a whole. Y'all don't make family decisions as a whole. Y'all make decisions based on a hold. What I need to pay, a bill, a hold, a lien. See how they get us with language? See how they get us with language? Your whole life is on hold. Your whole life is a hold, a bill, a lien. And that's how they want you to live, Black man. So you're never free. So you're never free. You're never free to experience real shit. You see? This is what they get y'all to accept, Black women. So you don't never experience a real husband. You just experience some nigga who could come in and pay for everything. But outside of that, that nigga ain't hitting on two nickels rubbed together. And you put up with it because you got a household that needs to be taken care of. No, you got a household that needs to be paid for. Use the correct terminology. Y'all ain't taking care of shit, paying no bill. That ain't taking care of nothing. That's paying a bill. That's all it is. It's a lien. You take care of yourself. You take care of the people you love. You pay bills. You don't take care of them. You pay them. You see that? It's the language. This is why a lot of you men think because you making 6 figures, you the man. No, you just know how to take care of liens. You got enough money to pay the lien off the house, to pay the lien off the goddamn light bill and all that, the lien off the car, because y'all Benzes and shit is leased. So you make enough money to pay off the liens every month. That's really what it is. Y'all not operating as a whole. What's up, Sugar Bum? Hey, ES. Y'all not operating as a whole. Remember? Her money is her money. Your money is your money. Remember that? So how y'all operating as a whole? Huh? I'm listening. How we operating as a whole? How have you established a household? But if you notice, this is the proof that we haven't established households. Look at what our children want to be. Our children still want to be rappers, still want to be ball players. They still want to go and take up their professions to pay for holes. They want to buy jewelry. This is why they want to be basketball players. They want to buy jewelry. They want fast women, fast cars, all holes. All holes in life. Holds. See that? Liens. Things and people who going to lean on you. You want to be a ball player, you want a bunch of hoes so they can lean on your money. They can lean on your jewelry. They can lean on your car. So you got women leaning on you and you leaning on a lien. We got to start thinking, fellas. We got to start thinking. What's good, Lauro? What's good? He said, I sound like Brother Polite. Shout out to Lauro, man. Our kids want to be YouTube ninjas. Shout out to Lauro, man. Hey, Lola, what's going on? You see? You see? But we not coming out of households. We coming out of households. Remember this guy? Y'all remember this movie? What movie this guy was in? What movie this is? What scene is this movie from? Y'all put it in the chat. This came from what movie? Huh? Sugar Bum says it look old though. Fresh. Dion in the building. Salute. Fresh. Fresh. And if you saw the movie Fresh, you know that Fresh came from a household. See? He came from a household. Mark Millen in the building. Salute. What's good, Eric? Eric Roberts. Salute. He came from a household. You see? He didn't come from a household. See, because as I said before, they confuse us with words. So when they say, "Oh, I come from a good household," you think they're talking about, "Oh, he come from a good family, a good environment." No, he don't come from a household. a house that's whole. He come from a bunch of people who lived in a house that had a lien on it, who struggled their whole life to pay fucking bills. That's the household. You see? That's what he came from. He didn't come from people who were smiling, happy, doing positive, progressive things. He didn't come up with that. He didn't come up around that. He came up around anger. See that? A household. Everybody's arrested spiritually, health-wise. A hold. A hold. What's good, Heavy Bear? A hold. You see? A hold. Not a whole. Not a collective. We don't come from that, black men. A lot of us don't come from a family who literally has the best interests for everybody. We come from a household where niggas play favoritism. I don't like them. I don't like her. That's holds on people. You got a hold on you. You won't let go of that hold of the people you got within your house. That's why your house isn't whole. That's why your house isn't a home. That's why you don't have a functional family. Because functional families come from households. They come from positive, homely environments. You see? And as black men, this is what we should be trying to establish: a household. See? Where we understand that first, we all we got. That's number one. Fuck these bills. Because wherever we go, we're going to have to pay bills. Fuck these bills. The first thing we got to realize is that we're all we got. See, if you don't understand that, you come from a household. You come from people that don't even really love you because they only see you as a means to an end. They don't see you past that. See, that's why once you can't put your part in, nigga, you out of here because you're irrelevant. Because you're irrelevant. You see that? You see that? And then we carry this mindset, black men, into life. We carry it into our interactions with other men. This is why we cannot unify and organize, because we come from disoriented households. You see that? We don't understand that. We don't even make the connection. Nigga, how you gonna get along with me? You don't even get along with your brother. How you gonna get along with me? If I do something wrong to you, how you gonna ever get over it if you never got over some shit that a nigga in your house did to you? You see this? So when we get online and we talking about building with each other as men, that can't happen until we heal. Because we got to release those holds that were produced in the houses that we came from. And we all got them. See? We got to release those holes. See? You know what a hold is? Envy. You know what a hold is? Jealousy. You know what a hold is? Dishonor. Not being loyal. These are holes that's developed in the household. Abandonment. See? This is why black men don't see each other as a whole. See that? See? See, a lot of us suffer from cognitive dissonance, so we can't make the connection to things. And that's because we caught up in our egos as men. That's why we got to get out of that shit. Because you can't see what's around you. You can't see you can't make the connection. Shout out to the OG Mace. What's good, Cooter? Shout out to Cooter in the building. Shout out to Intellectual Novice, man. I appreciate the super chat, my brother. He says, I'd rather rock XJ900 and have a family who loves me than rock the latest Jordan and have a chick who would like to rent me. Shout out to the Intellectual Novice, man. Always coming with the profound statements. Salute, my brother. I appreciate the donation, bro. I appreciate the super chat. You see? And yes, strangers do be your brother more than your brother. You know why? Because you and that other brother established a connection. See, y'all understand each other. Y'all understand the holds that y'all come from. That's why y'all able to come together and make a whole bond as brothers. Y'all able to come and make things whole. See that? But you can't do that as brothers until y'all understand the holds. You got to understand the holds. What's holding you back from being a good brother? What's holding you back from being a good father? The hold. And a lot of those holds go back to what happened in the house. That broken household. You see? But we don't understand this. Jap needs help, man. Jap need help. Yeah, I made jokes about Jap in the past, about him getting knocked out and all of that. Yeah. But he need help. He needs to get help, man. Anybody that's listening, if you're down with the church, go get your pastor some help. The brother need help, man. He as y'all can see from that video, he needs help, man. He's going down a very, very dark path. You see? He's actually crying out for help. I can see it. I can hear it. Y'all call Jap and check up on him, man. Stop kissing his ass about him getting up here and just entertaining y'all. And he's in the background, he's destroying himself as a black man. And y'all not seeing this shit. But every time he get up here and talk about a goddamn black woman, you want to jump in his chat room and congratulate him. But when he outside getting drunk, risking his fucking life and freedom, You niggas ain't got nothing to say about that, do you? Huh? Huh? And he know you niggas don't care about him suffering. That's why he deletes those videos. He know you niggas don't care, bro. That's the shit that hurts. Because Jack knows that a lot of you niggas who support him, y'all don't care about him. Y'all don't care about his what. Y'all don't care. Y'all want to hear the shit that he's saying. But Jack, if you hear this, let me ask you something, bro. You giving these wicked motherfuckers what they want. What is it doing to your soul, nigga? What is it doing to your spirit as a man, nigga? What is it doing to you? That's what you need to focus on, bro. You getting up here making all of this content for all these years. Look what it's doing to your spirit, bro. It's destroying you, my brother. It's droving you to get online and be drunk. Yeah, I'm drunk. Bro, that's not cool, bro. Wasn't you just in the hospital last year or something? Didn't you just get shot or some shit? You and your girl? Wasn't you just in some serious altercations, bro, because of your drinking? Bro, we know you from Chicago, bro. We know you come from a fucked up household. But bro, it's time to heal, black men. This shit is destroying us. Y'all don't see it? Y'all don't see niggas breaking down? There is no building without healing. Okay? When you remodel something or when you renovate something, you have to destroy what was old, treat the situation, then you can build on top of the new. See, I used to do construction. In particular, I used to do environmental remediation. So I used to work with mold, asbestos. I was the guy on the work site. You see? I was the guy that was on the site with the Tyvek suits, with the mask on, with the big mask. They're called respirators. And you go inside the work site and it's full of hazardous materials, asbestos, lead, mold, TCB, right? So when on the assignment, one of the assignments that I was on, right? What's good, Auntie? Hey, Classy Creole. Good to see you. What's up, Toya? What's going on with you? Right? What we had to do is first, when you remediate, because I worked on Syracuse University, we renovated two of their dorms on the campus. This was back in 2011, right? And the first thing you do, right, is you have to do demolition. Pay attention, fellas. First thing you got to do demo. You got to knock all that shit down. You have to admit that there's a problem going on. You got to do demo. See, demo is when you hear men get up here and just go crazy, talk about what they've been through with women and all of that. See, I was at that phase. That's the demo phase. Red pill rage. That's demolition. That's the demo phase. But after you take everything out, you have to treat the whole area. You have to treat it. See? There's a treatment that goes with this. This is when you come in after you demo, you come in and we have to plasticize everything. Plasticize the windows, plasticize the ducts where the ACs and all. We got to plasticize everything. All the areas that's affected, we got to plasticize it. We got to treat the area. Shout out to Daryl Richardson. He says the building structure is sick. Exactly. There you go. There you go, my brother. And then what we do, we come in and we treat the area, and then we do something called abatement. We do something called abatement. See that? This is part of the healing process. See, I'm just giving y'all a real life example of some stuff that I've done. See, we have to abate it. Something called abatement. Yes, Toya, abatement. Yes. Did I say it right? Abatement. What's up, JDJ? Right? And after that, after the abatement process, then we have to clean everything up and throw it out. And then a new team agency comes in and helps rebuild the structure. You see? Y'all see? Shout out to Auntie, man. I appreciate the super chat. He said, facts, DS1. That's the time to tear down and rebuild properly. Preparation, sanitation, and a solid foundation. Facts, my brother. Shout out to Auntie. I appreciate you. You saw her, Cuda? That's why I had to ask her, did I say it right? She says, yes, and here's the definition. Often in legal use, the ending, reduction, or lessening of something. Yes. Yes, ma'am. And what my job was to do was to lessen the poisonous or the hazardous materials in the environment. That is the job of an environmental remediation tech on a construction site. So that way, when the other guys come in, the remodeling guys, the renovators, your carpenters, your plumbers, your electricians, when they come in, they won't get sick because of the environment. You see? So they won't get sick because of the environment. Because see, remember, before the environmental remediation techs were around, more construction workers died because of mesothelioma, lung cancer. That's because they were working with hazardous materials. You see? So I became an environmental remediation tech. So I've always been in the business of removing toxic shit. You see that? And mind you, this is years before I decided to do YouTube. Hey, Zahara, you see? So we have to understand we're at the stage where it's either we heal or we continue to destroy. It's either we heal or continue to fail. I mean, come on. Because as we can see, the YouTube fame, the YouTube stardom, none of that is producing healthy black men. It's not producing healthy, progressive thinking black men. It's not doing it. Niggas come on here, get a YouTube check, and become even more toxic than what they were. And what they don't understand is what you're doing is you becoming actually more toxic to yourself. This is why they got to get drunk, they got to get high, and then come on here and act as if this is something black men need to be displaying still. It's 2023. Why we still walking around high and drunk? This supposed to be what? The black manosphere. This supposed to be about male empowerment. But we still watching niggas getting drunk and coming up here. Oh, I got my gun on me. Bro, you need help, bro. You need help, bro. You're living a kamikaze lifestyle. You need help. Jack need help, y'all, and he calling out for help. That's why he deletes the videos. That's why he deletes them. He need help, y'all. But as long as he keep coming back, hey, what's up, church? Hey, what's up, church? Hey, what's up, church? Talking about a German Shepherd. That's my nigga, Jap. That's my nigga, Jap. Enabling bad behavior. Enabling bad behavior. That's my nigga, Jap. But this man is destroying himself. And he's been doing this for years. Why do you think sometimes y'all see Jap gone for a while? He be having to detox. He need help. Y'all need to be behind the scenes encouraging Jap to go to therapy. If y'all really love that man, if y'all really support what he's talking about. Y'all got to remember, Jap live in Chicago. Y'all got to remember this. That brother's he's in dire need of help. Dire need for help. I heard on a panel, I heard somebody say, if you ain't talking about black male agency, you ain't really telling black men nothing. I said, wow, really? Oh, okay. So y'all do understand that we need agency around here. Okay. All right. See, I'm not really big on the whole who took my talking points, and I'm not really big on that. Not really big on that. Unless you just a dishonorable nigga, then I'm gonna just clown you for it. But outside of that, I don't really take that stuff too serious. But when I heard it being mentioned, I said, okay. Let me put the tip and says, I be worried about him for real, for real. Yeah, man. Hit him up on a gram somewhere, man. Send him a message, leave it in the comment section. Like y'all, and listen, y'all. Y'all have to stop thinking y'all don't have power. People in the chat, y'all have power. You know why? Because y'all pay for these dudes' lives. So they have to listen to y'all. Exercise your power. If you care about them, let them know. Let them know. Yo, bro, we not feeling this. And it need to be a collection of brothers. Like, yo, bro, we not feeling this, man. And let him know that he's loved and that y'all want him to continue to do what he's doing, but be on a straight and narrow. Talk to him. Be honest. Because it's showing that black men are not whole. See, we not whole. We still dealing with our holds in life. That's what's keeping us from becoming whole. You see? What's good, Bucket? King Sipe says, no hope for the future, no inspiration or vision for anything positive. I've been there before. We got to work on our emotional intelligence as black men. It took me time to realize my importance. Shout out to King Sight. Salute, my brother. Classy Creole says, doing drunk live streams talking crazy is not a good look. He's making himself look like a complete fool. Yes. Yes. And he's making the black men who support him look like they shouldn't support him. Because you're supporting alcoholism. And if this is supposed to be for the upliftment of black men, you supporting alcoholism. You ain't supporting a nigga that go out and have a drink. You're supporting a drunk. See, it's a difference. You ain't supporting a grown man who could go out and have a little drink with a woman, and you know what I'm saying? Every time he get on camera and he in a bar or he's somewhere, he's drunk. Whenever he's outside of his studio, this man gets on camera and he's drunk. That's not a good look for a bunch of black men to be supporting that. Walking around drunk, talking about he got a gun on him. That man need help. He needs help. It's not time to clown him. He need help. Yeah, cause you know I'm out here. I'm out here. I wear my gun on me. Dog. Go home. Go home. You outside in Chicago, in some little hood spot, drunk with some thoughts. Talking about, yeah, and I got my gun on me. Go home, bro. Go home, bro. That brother is dealing with a lot of shit, man. See? And a lot of us is going, yeah, it's strong, man. It's strong. It definitely got a stronghold on him, Daryl. That's a fact, bro. It do. It do, man. The drunk hate woman demon. That's crazy, man. It's crazy. See, because what we got to understand as brothers is at the end of the day, All of the other shit that we try to focus on, it really don't matter once you die. When you die, what's going to matter is what type of person you were. That's all that's going to matter. See? Your character. And as Dr. Thurman Evans spoke on and proved, our character can be strengthened. But first, we got to be honest with ourselves and admit that we got a problem. And a lot of you dudes don't want to admit that because you think money going to solve all your problems. No, money made you an alcoholic. Jap. You getting all this YouTube money made you buy more liquor. Made you go out and buy more hoes to get drunk with. That's what this did for you. You see? And this is what we gotta begin to understand, man. That most of us come from households and not households. And as men, when we focus on healing and building, we can, once we heal, we can then build a house that's whole. See? Then we can have functional children, children that want to be doctors again, children that want to be optometrists, nutritionists. See? Brain surgeons, neurologists. Not our children looking for a shortcut in life just to go drive a fucking fast car. But then you coming around a family who can't stand you because you got a nice car now. See that, fellas? Because you come from a household. And it's our job to make a whole house. How we gonna do that if we not whole? How we doing that and we looking for percentages in people? Except 100%. I'm looking for a woman that's gonna put 100%, not 50. Because if you're halfway in, you know what else that means? Motherfucker, you're halfway out. See, we not playing double dutch here with me. I don't play them games with women. We're not playing double dutch. If you halfway in, that means you halfway out. Bye. Have a good fucking life. Let's go a little further. A person, fellas, how could you grade what will be the letter grade for a woman that's operating on 50%? Huh? Let's talk about it. Shout out to everybody in the building. What is the grade letter for 50? What's good, Primo? Free my grandma, salute. What is the letter grade for 50? Because we got all these women to, I got my half 50%. What is the letter grade of a 50? A 50 is definitely not a C. 50s are Fs. If you got a 50 in high school, you failed the class. If you got a 50, you failed. So you already coming in failing. Bye. 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 You gets no relationship. Bye-bye. You already at an F. See that? That's that household shit. Shit that failed. See that? That's the shit that failed. And that continues to fail black people. That continues to fail the black family. Because that don't fit our narrative. See, because a family represents a whole. 100. A family represents a whole. See that? So you already coming in failing. You already failing. 60% not good either. No. Because that's an F2. That's an F2. You only get to a D when you get to 65. So all y'all I got my half. Yeah. Goodbye. Goodbye. Keep your half. Keep your half and make it 100 for you. Bye. That's what we got to start doing, fellas. We have to stop creating households by understanding how it's being done. And the first way it's done is through language. See? And how they get us to accept certain narratives and you can't fully dissect or decode what they're actually telling you. See? You see that? See, because all that percentage shit that come from white folk. Remember, they gave us the blueprint on what a healthy family is. They run their household off percentages. See, that's why even if the man pay all the bills, the wife's still unhappy. Because she still feels that she's not getting a certain percentage of what? Attention, love, affection. See why you can't live off percentages? Because them white women who could be home and be a soccer mom, that's why she having sex with the pool boy or the milkman. Because, yeah, he paying all the bills, but he's lacking in the area of sex. He's lacking in the area of attention. He's lacking in the area of care. It's 0% in that area. It's 0% in the respect column. It's 0. But he pay all the motherfucking bills, though. But he don't respect your ass. It's 0. 0. 0 zing zing. Remember that when we was young? See, if you from up north, you probably remember that. We start counting from 0. Start from 0. Yeah. You got a 0 in that. Yeah, that's the household. That's why the young black girl end up hanging out. The young white girl end up hanging out with the young black girls. And then they find out they got a lot in common. The household. That hold. Yep. She gonna tell her black friends how she hate her father. And how he's a tyrant in the house. And how she doesn't give a fuck about money. Remember, we saw this in Power. With the white girl. In Canaan. Remember that series? Canaan? Juice Box. Her girlfriend. Remember she died? She overdosed? Remember she was sneaking off to be what? She was in love with Juice Box. But her parents didn't want her to like girls. And she fell in love with a black girl. She was a rich white girl who lived in Upper Manhattan. Mm-hmm. So Juice Box thought she came from a good family. She was rich. And then Juice Box saw that she came from the same shit she came from. Abuse, turmoil, not being accepted for who you are. She came from that household. That household. She wanted to go and be around people who accept her. Because them people only accepted her because her parents were rich. See that? A household. So even your friendships are predicated on fake shit. See that? See that? You see that? Free my grandma. Salute. I appreciate the super chat. He says speaking straight facts. Salute. I appreciate your support. Bob says, which is why being whole, independent person is the key to success. You cannot be interdependent without being independent. Okay. No doubt, bro. Salute. Salute to my man Bob in the building. MR1 says, yup, I remember that DS1. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. A household. A household. And it took for their daughter to die for them to relinquish the hold. See that? That's why after a certain time, they realized that their daughter loved Juice Box and Juice Box loved her. And they just had to accept that that's who their daughter was. They had to relinquish the whole to become whole. And I'm talking about the girl's mom and dad. Because that drew a wedge in between their marriage when they lost their daughter. Because the mother blamed the dad. Because the dad didn't want to put his foot down and not let the daughter be around black people. You see that? See, they had to get rid of all of that shit because they realized that is the reason why their daughter was doing what she was doing. And they lost their child as the result of it. See, that's what they had to realize. See, that's what a lot of us won't realize as black people. We won't realize, we just won't. Somebody else got to do it. You just keep putting it off on the next generation. Well, that's just the way it is. But you're going to be better. How? Because you just said so? Oh, man, we just tried, so the next generation going to do it. No. My great-great-great-great-grandson going to do it. He going to change the family. This is how we live. Oh, man, that's just how it is. Y'all not tired of hearing that shit? A nigga could tell you that trauma, him going through all this shit, it just is what it is, but he can't tell you why he won't wear a dirty pair of sneakers. This is how sad we are as a people. It's how lost we are. A nigga can't give you an excuse why he got on dirty sneakers, but he could give you an excuse on why he's a piece of shit father. He'll give you an excuse for that. But you'll never catch him with no dirty sneakers on. This is the shit that I'm talking about. Nigga, make sure his sneakers never dirty. But he won't make sure that little boy or that little girl grow up and know who the fuck he is, regardless of what him and his baby mama going through. See, he won't do that. But he'll make sure them sneakers fresh. He'll make sure them sneakers new. Wouldn't you, nigga? Because that's what you learned in that household. See? Boogeyman in the building. Salute. See that? That's that household. That's that household. Shout out to Bob. Appreciate the super sticker, Bob. Intellectual Novice says, most of my friends who came from high-end families used to hang with me and my poor friends based on organic respect. Thank you. Facts. Facts. Shout out to Intellectual Novice. That's a fact. One of my homeboys I grew up with, he was on BET. He was in a cypher with Nicki Minaj. Y'all can go and Google and YouTube it right now. I'm not lying. Go back to the BET cypher, I believe, of 2008 or 2009. It was a young man up there named Crown Royale. I grew up with that dude. He was in a cypher with Nicki. His mother she sung in the group Sky. His mother is one of the group members. His father was a drummer for James Brown. These are facts. These are facts. I have friends that really come from shit. And they hung out with us. The niggas who drunk sugar water and ate chicken backs and shit for dinner. Yeah. You know why? Because the same shit that was going on in their house was going on in ours. Their house just looked better. They just had china cabinets and shit. They just had a little more fancier dinnerware. But same shit was going on. That's why they hung with us. Because the same shit was still going on. They just had china cabinets and they had more shit to move out when they moved. Let's just keep it real. That's all that shit be. It's just more shit to move the fuck out. That's all it is. People, we be putting a lot of stock into nothing. We really be idolizing shit. Oh, I got china cabinets. It's a cabinet. Relax. It's just a cabinet. What do cabinets do? Hold things. Why are you so caught up in that? Why are you so caught up in that? It just holds things. That's what cabinets do. It just stores shit. So your house is better because you got china cabinets and chinaware. Relax. When you got piece of shit motherfuckers eating off the plates. Relax. See, we got to get out. See, that's that nigga mentality. We got to get out of that shit. But we always flossing basic shit. You got piece of shit niggas eating out your gold plates. So what that say about you? What that say about the quality of your house? Oh, okay. 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 Bucket says, I believe you, DS1. Brooklyn puts out great talent. Hey, man. Hey, man, we can't help it. We have no choice. We have no choice. Boogeyman says, nowadays, we as Black people love or value ourselves because we don't know who we are. So we pass down dysfunction. Yes, that's a fact. That's a fact. And Mill says, Sky was the group back in the day. Call Me was my song. My homeboy on that song, my homeboy mom, I believe, is the lead singer. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Free My Grandma says, do you believe black women raise boys to die? No, they don't. They don't. I don't believe that, bro. Intellectual Novice says, buying a $500 t-shirt is the same is the same as a $10 profit. Thank you. Exactly. They buying $10 t-shirts with printed up shit on it. You think all those Amiri shirts and all that shit is pressed and printed the same fucking way? You think they did something special to the Amiri shirt? Like, you niggas, like, come on, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on. If you like it and you can afford it, buy it. I'm not saying don't buy what you can't afford and don't like. I'm not saying that. But y'all be just putting extra shit on nothing. Like, bro, it's just a t-shirt. It was pressed. It was screen printed. My nigga, like, bro, stop. Just stop, bro. It's not that serious, dog. It's really not. It's really not. Because if you understand production of clothes and shit like that, come on, man. Come on, man. Bob says Sky was that group, Real Love, When You Touch Me, etc. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. And my homeboy lived right upstairs from me. His dad was a drummer for James Brown. His mama was in the group Sky. Guess what? He lived right upstairs from me. He lived right upstairs from me. So you know what that means? He saw the same shit I saw. Crackheads, dope fiends, prostitutes, people getting shot, all that in the building that we lived in. Yeah, he walked down, had to walk through fiends and weed, smoke and piss. Yeah, just like we did. Mm-hmm. But when you went in his house, he was my first friend that had DSL connection. Y'all remember DSL? see, if you're a millennial, you know. He had DSL connection. When this before my dad bought DSL, because I had DSL too. We ain't gonna sit here and cap. My dad was bringing in some bread back then, so we had DSL too. But in the beginning, we had dial-up. He had DSL connection. Look at Splash laughing. He know. He had DSL connection. So remember, this is late 90s, early 2000s. This is Yahoo Messenger days. So you don't want to be on dial-up on Yahoo Messenger. Because when you ask her ASL and you on dial-up and you get the message 20 minutes later, and then you respond, and then you wondering why she done left the conversation, it's because you on dial-up, nigga. It's because you on dial-up. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, he hung around us, man. And his household wasn't nothing different. They just made some more money. They went through the same shit. I remember one time their lights got cut off. He had to come to my house. Our lights ain't never been cut off, nigga. he had to stay at my house for the day, y'all. My privileged friend, you know, somehow they forgot to pay the light bill and they cut the lights off. So he had to come to my house. You know? Oh yeah, I remember those free discs, bro. I remember those for sure. Brown Hornet, salute. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up to today's show. Man. Shout out to everyone. If you enjoyed today's show, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the show. Share it on your community tabs, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere that you share content. Make sure y'all share today's show, man. If y'all also enjoyed today's show and y'all would like to donate to the show, the Cash App is going across the screen. The Venmo and the PayPal is all the same. That's at SheepStaySleepTV. Shout out to everyone that has donated via Super Chat, via Cash App. It's very much appreciated. Shout out to everyone for coming through. Most importantly, I appreciate y'all being here. Hit that like button, hit that share button. And at the end of the day, y'all, as we always say here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV, brothers, we got to heal before we build, man. Because we are our own agency. We are our own agency. We'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.